Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Python string methods. There are several built-in methods for any of the strings that we can use together. When you program or for any programmer, we have to apply most of the string methods in a daily life while doing coding. So I'll be covering all these string methods all together today. So I'll try to explain as well. Let me go through with this. So here is the file, and these are the methods that I have mentioned, all with the description at one place. I'll just read for you few of them. For example, capitalize, you all know that we just needed to convert first letter as uppercases for any of the string. For example, we have ends with. Let's say you want to find out any string which ends with a specified value or a character, so we can match using ends with method. For example, we need to check that is there any alpha in that string, or any decimal, or any number, or you can say any digit, so we can use that as well. We can convert any string to lower, upper, capitalize, case, fold, n number of methods are available here. So let me explain those with examples. You can check, just give it a look to all the methods. I have put it each and every string method all together here in this file. So here I have taken one example as S1, and that is an example to test, and I am going to use apply capitalize method to this. So it will convert first letter as uppercases to a particular string. And the another one, we have case fold. Here is the case fold. Case fold is basically to convert any string in lower cases. We can use lower as well. Then we have a center. Center is just to align any string for a specific length. For example, I have a string. The length of that string is 10, for example, and I want to center it on 50. So it will align that string around the remaining length of the value that you provide into center. For example, I have given 100. So 100 particular spaces it will be giving around that string, just to you can say to provide certain space to both direction of that string, including the length of that string. For example, the length of this string is 10 and you have given 100, so the entire length of this string would be 100 only. So it will reduce the spaces that we have for that string. You can check the length and you can apply that as well. Then we have a count. Count is basically just to find out what number of uh, particular occurrences we have for a string, or you can say a keyword. Let me run this. So here is it, and I have applied case fold, I have applied capitalize, then center as well. For example, I have put it this value, let's say 20, and let me run this and you see. So this is the length, and the whole center value minus the length of this string, and then the remaining will go to the spaces. So this is how it aligns. Let me give some more length to this. Let's say I have given 30, so it will put more spaces. Here it is. Here you can check. Then we have count. Count just to find the number of occurrences for any keyword. Let's say I have given a, so the number of occurrences for a is why 1. I have 2a here. You all know that Python is case sensitive, so it will convert only, it will check only lower cases. If I'll give the upper one, so it will give value as 1, because we have a in upper cases. The number of occurrence for a is just single. Let me find out e, this small e. We have more than one occurrences for that, so here is the output. E this started for example, then we have the closing one, and then into the test as well. Then we go to the encode method. Encode basically specified the basic encoding to encoding. I have given a different link here. You can just go through this link to check what is uh, encoding in detail. Apart from this, I can create a separate video for encoding part. So if you are not defining any encoding, it will be giving you the UTF-8. So I have given certain example just to let you understand that we have different kind of encodings and the errors related to that available. For example, you see that's a different language, it's not the normal native English. So he there have some accents available into this. So if you apply encoding, and then there are different kind of errors into this, so you will see that output something like this. And I am using the ASCII encoding here. Here it is. I have to create a separate video to explain you this part in detail. Let's say you see that black slash replace. So what it will give, wherever it will see some specific characters, so it will replace those with black slash, backslash. Sorry. And here I have given the error as ignore. So it will ignore the specific characters. You see, we have S T T A F and then L E. It has ignored this A. Then I have replaced, so it has replaced all known ASCII characters, known ASCII encoded characters. So here it is. There are certain different errors as well. Then we move on to the ends with. So in case you want to check that whether this string end with T or not. So yes, this is ending with 2. This, what is your string? Let me print it here. Here it is. So an example of the test, an example to test. So yes, this is ended by T. So once you run it, so it will be giving, let me comment this part just to display that part. Here it is. So it is true if I'll put any word, any other word. Let's say I have given Y and I'll run it, so it will give false because this S1 string is not ends with Y. So that's why the value is false. For example, next we have expand tabs. Expand tabs basically, for example, there is a tabs into a particular string and you want to expand that string based on the number of tabs. So here I have given, I have inserted certain tabs into these this particular string. So this is basically hello. So this part is tab. The backslash T is, you can say, the tab. So once you run this, first I have printed it like this. Here you can see. Then I have not given any value to expand tab, so it will take the default one. Then I have given 2, so it will be something like this. Here it is. And for 4 and for 10. So here you can check the output for all. Right? Then next we are moving to the find. In case you want to find any string into this, so yes, it will be giving you, but how you validate this output? Let me print S1 here. You see, this is the string S1, and if you count the length of this string or count this place which is there for this value, so that is basically 14. If you count it, so you'll check it out, and if you check for 2, it will be a different value. It should be 2. Here it is. Fine. Then if you go to the format basically, in case you want to format your string based on certain value. For example, I have put it this 2f here. So 2f is for the floating value for 2 places after decimal, 2 places after the decimal. So in case you run this, so it will be giving 49 pounds because I have put it pounds here. So only, and price, what will be the price? I need to convert this. I have given the price value is 49. So 49 is this, and I need it at 2 places after decimal. So it has given me 2 decimals, 0 after the decimal value. In case I am giving 3 in place of 2f, so it will be something like this. Can you see the difference? We have 3 zeros after decimal. If I'll be giving 2, so I'll be getting 2 values after decimal. So this is basically just to format any string. Next, in case you want to find out the index of any particular keyword or a character in a string, yes, you can do that. The normal index function can do this job for you. Apart from this, you can use the index parenthesis as well, but here we are using the index method. So let me run this. You see that this is the index for this particular keyword. In case you want to check for one, this value, so it is this one. In case we are checking for example u, so it will be giving you a different index. Fine. Next, let's move to the is all num. Is all num means in case we have any particular string and we want to check that is all values uh, num into this that string, so it will be giving you the, for example, let's say I need to convert this. Let's say I'm giving something like this, and I'll be giving, for example, any numeric value. So okay, yes, so it will be giving you output as true or false. Let me put it is alpha, for example. You need to check that is that a particular string is alpha only, or we have different numbers altogether, any numeric value as well. So let me give the numeric value. Here you can see the false, and in case you are giving just the alphabetical keywords, so it will give you output as true. Next, in case you have a particular string, so this is basically the unicode value for 8. Here it is. So in case you want to check that is this value is having decimal or not, so you can use is decimal method to check that no, it is not having any decimal value. For example, you want to check whether it is a digit or not, yes, you can check. In case we are having this string something like this, and if you run is digit function or a method, so it will give you output as false because we are not having any digit to this. And if we are passing the alphanumeric value and we are checking this, then only it will give you the false, because it requires the entire numeric value or the digits into a string, so then it will go to the true one, right? Then we go to for example, here is the value, and in case you want to check this is identifier basically any value you can give it to. For example, I'm using the numeric value as well. So this basically not much required, just to give any string and whether we can check is it a identifier or not. All these string do have identifier, so it will be giving you the output as true. Next, we are going to use the lower, just to convert the entire string to the lower cases. No, just to check whether the entire string is into lower cases or not. So here we can see that we have upper cases as well. So if you apply a is lower function, so it will give you the boolean output whether it is or not. So in case we are converting h into lower cases, so it will give you output as true. Then we have is numeric. Is numeric is to check whether that value is having only numbers or not. So no, this is having alphabets as well, so it will give you output as false. Next is, in case we have any string and we can apply is printable. Yes, every string is printable, so we rarely use these functions. Next, in case we have a string and we need to check whether there is this space or not, or that particular string is holding a space or not, so we can use this is space function. Let's say I'm giving any value to this, and once you run this, you see that you will be having value as false because it required the entire space under this particular string. If we have any keyword in this string, so be it will not be giving you output as true, because is space runs for only space. and it required only space, not any particular number or keyword or any alphanumeric value, the empty string you can say. Next is title. Is title basically if any string starts from the upper cases, then this will be a yes to that string, otherwise it will be a no. Then we move is upper. Is upper is basically to check that whether the provided string is into the all capital letters or not. So you can check with is upper function. Next we have, for example, you want to I have a tuple where I have used three alphabets A, B, and C. In case I want to join these three alphabets with a specific character, or you can say symbol or any value, so you can use a join to that part. So I have used hashtag to join this. You can use any value. For example, I am using the hyphen, then it will give uh, it will concatenate or join this string with that value rather than the comma separated one. So here it is. Why we require join? Because sometime it happens that we have the segregated list and we want to combine the whole words all together, so then we require a join function. For example, we are getting the different records from different locations, and we want to combine them and make it a specific string and join it for a particular keyword. So you can mention that into those codes and use a join to that sequence. It can be a tuple, it can be list, or it can be any string as well. Next, in case you want to check, for example, you have a particular keyword and you want to for example, you want to add it that into that string to the left side, and you are giving the space, or you can say the number, that how many uh, spaces to the left direction this word going to be adjusted, going to be add. So for example, I have written milk, that is my text, and I have given L just, and the value is 20. So this means that to the left side this value will going to be add, and the difference into the existing string will be 21. So if we run it, you see after or before, because it's a L just, so to the left side it will go to this part. Fine. Next, we have, for example, lstrip. Lstrip is basically to strip any string to the left side. It will remove all the spaces to the left direction. And then we have, for example, we have partition. Then we have replace. We have rfind. For example, in case you want to find any keyword to this, to any of this string, you can find out, and it will give you the specific location or the length of that keyword. R index is basically to the right index of any keyword. We can check that. R just, which I have just used, this is basically to the right direction. R partition is also go to the right side. R split is also go to the, it will split to the right side of a particular string. Then we have R strip. R strip is remove the extra spaces to the right side. L strip is for the left side. Let me run this, that we have spaces around this particular keyword. We have left spaces as well, we have right spaces as well. Let me run this. I have used R strip, so it has removed the right spaces, right? And if I am using L strip, so it has removed the left spaces of the banana string. And if I'm not giving left or right, I'm just using a strip, so it will remove all the spaces. Here it is. So no spaces around the banana string. Next, we have swap case. In case you want to whether we have upper cases or the lower cases or the capitalized, it will swap that to the different one. In case we have lower, it will swap to the upper. If we have upper, it will swap to the lower one. So here it is. Then we have title. Title is basically every keyword will start from the upper cases that we do have in a string. So it has converted L in caps and P is caps for this string. Upper, the very basic one. Lower is that we already discussed. Then we have the translate. Translate is basically in case, for example, basically we have a different ASCII code for any numbers, or you can say the alphabets. I have given a link to this as well. What it does basically, for example, for let's say P, we have a different ASCII code, and for S or for any number, whether it's in lower cases or in upper cases, you can check it. See, we have, for small a letter we have this code, for the caps A we have this code. So we have a particular code for every string or every number. For each and everything we have particular code. You can check it out, I have mentioned it here. And in case C, what I did, I have created a dictionary D1. So for D83 I have made that 80, and for 97 I have made that 65. So whatever the value that is having a code 83, going to be converted as 80, and 97 is going to be converted as 65. So let me run this. So what you noticed here, uh, this is basically small a is going to be caps A. Earlier it was 83, now it has been converted to 80. If you see, the 80 is the value of, for example, let's say, yes, here it is. Oh yes, sorry, that was for S. 83 is going to be 80, and you see that where is the 83? Let me find it out. 80. 80 is P and 83 is S. So earlier it was S. Now we want to convert that as 80. So here it is. 83 will be 80. So the S will be converted as P, and A, which was 97, I'll be using 65 for that. So you see 65 is for caps A. So it has translated based on the ASCII codes. So you can find out those ASCII codes here to this link as well. And you can simply Google it to find out those as well. And then we have zfill. Zfill is basically in case you want to enter some zeros before any number or any string. So you can mention the length, mention how many zeros you want to be inserted. It will include the length of this character. So let's say I have given 8 and I have mentioned 10. So it will add 9 zeros and 8 one length which is already given to this text. In case I have given 88, so it will be having total 8 zeros and 2 8s. So this is something like this. In case you check the length of this text, let me apply a length function here. So you see, here is the, I have to store that basically. Let me store it to T. And then I'll check the length of T rather than text, because the length of text is 2 only. So here it is, it's 10. I have given 10 value. So it will be a 10 value. The length of this text would be 10, but you cannot add after 88 because it will convert the meaning of 88. But if you add 0 before 88, so that will be 88 only. So here as well, so to the alphabets, which doesn't make any sense, but in case you want to insert zeros, you can use like that as well. So here it is. I have almost covered all the important function that we have to this string. You can practice all and you can use to your daily code. So here are all the functions. You can check that. Fine guys, thank you very much.